Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of HD Football. Julian,
Yo.
episode 11, we're past the halfway mark of our review series. Still got a lot of teams to talk about.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about Southampton.
Southampton Football Club. Yes.
Julian, I actually remember you doing an article on Southampton. Do you remember you did some writing?
Yeah, back in the day.
What were you talking about? Tell the audience.
I was talking about how their youth system was really good, how their academies produced so many great players. This was back in the day, so Luke Shaw back then, Callum Chambers, J. Ward-Prowse.
Do you know though, you say it's old, but they still have some credence. These players are playing still today.
Yeah.
So Julian, what I'm saying is link that in the description. Some of our Southampton viewers might
the article's gone.
Is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone. I don't know where it is.
Oh, damn, man.
I'm sorry, Southampton fans, but...
I read it. It was a great read.
just take his word for it.
Alright, let's talk about Southampton this season. Started like a calamity, Julian. There's one result that sticks out.
I have notes.
Read out. Well, not read out the notes, but what's the notes?
As you said, horrible start.
Unfortunately.
Losing 8 games out of the 12.
Damn. Okay, I didn't know those numbers.
I
know it was bad, obviously, but 8
and the 9-0 just was part of that 8.
That was like a FIFA game.
That was a... Let's move on in it, because Southampton fans, we don't want to,
dwell on that, because you recovered brilliantly from that. It's an interesting way, because I think Ralph has experimented with a few things.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the season, he's finally settled on what he wants to go with and on the style he wants to go with. I think it is a bit of a hybrid. There's opportunity to go 4-4-2. There's a bit of 4-4-3. I think one of the things they missed as well, I think they need some more creativity again.
Yep.
Because I mentioned this to you actually off camera, but when Ings and Redmond play, they're better. So some arguments about those players not being the best players in the world, but when Redmond is not there, the creativity follows Ings a lot, and Ings loses his goal threat because of that as well. So that's something they need to address as well.
That's the thing, like with Redmond, the talent's there, right? Remember that after the City game, 3 seasons back, Pep was like just pushing him and whatnot, because he knows he's
that video of him talking to him after the match.
Redmond's a quality player. I think his problem with a lot of players actually is the consistency, right? I think he had a better season this year. But yeah, like you say, when he's not playing, who are they going to rely on? They got Obafemi, who's
he's young though.
He's very young.
Great equaliser against Man United though late in this season.
Yeah, exactly. Like no creativity.
I think they have creativity,
or lack of it.
Yeah. I think we sound a bit negative there. Should we talk about the positive of Ings? What a season!
25 goals in all competitions.
The funny thing is, we knew he had this in him, and this didn't happen at Liverpool. It happened at Burnley when he was there initially. Obviously, that's why he got his move. But it just didn't happen at Liverpool, and I think a lot of Liverpool strikers have failed, to be honest. You got Andy Carroll, Torres did brilliantly, but towards the end of the career wasn't as good.
Well, that's the thing. Like since Klopp came in, he's relied heavy on Mane and Salah. So even Firmino, he's not getting the goals, but he works in that system. So a strike, it would have been interesting to see what Werner would have done, but yeah, I think Ings kind of wasted his time at Liverpool. Yeah,
I think he spent maybe a bit too long than.
He did have injuries as well, but I'm so happy he got his. I think it was £20 million move to Southampton,
and he had a little bit of a tag of being injury prone, and he got rid of that this season.
Yep.
Scored 22 goals in the Premier League.
20 goals in the Premier League, 25 in all competitions.
I think only one was a penalty, which is a really great stat
in the Premier League. Yeah.
Because Vardy got 23, so he only got one more.
I think he had 4 of those were penalties though.
See, there you go. So I know, like, that's not us saying penalties are easy. We're just saying that it's an easier way to score. So
I mean, 21 goals from open play is flipping.
It's
impressive.
Ings just like sniffs out goals, and he can make something out of nothing. He can pick the ball up.
So honestly, like since restart, he's been so good.
Reliable, and I think Ralph is happy because he's got a bit more settled team and stuff like that, especially in the defence. He's tried to address that a lot. You can hear the ice cream van in the background, so apologies for that. I might get one,
We're in a random park at the moment, so
we might have to get one. But yeah, so trying to improve defence a bit. They got Walter Peters from Tottenham.
I think he had a great loan spell there, so hence why, Højbjerg, he wanted to leave, so to get a player back.
It's a big miss, I think. He won I don't have the stats on top of my head, unfortunately, but I know I was reading it somewhere that Højbjerg like won the most tackles in the league or something like that. All for Southampton anyway.
Yeah. So I think we mentioned in the Tottenham video, Højbjerg had better.
Oh yeah.
I think it was a tackle and interception rate than Dyer, Ndombele, and Winks. So
it's a miss, and I think Romeo just slots in theory, but I still think Højbjerg is just a bit more movable. Like he's a bit more fluid than Romeo. Romeo is a bit more a sitter. So it'll be interesting to see if they do try to replace him there. And I think they probably need to, don't they? Come back to the creativity argument. But they've got great players in, like Armstrong's doing really well.
I like him.
Coming in from the right hand side more often than not, very much involved in play. That pops up with the goals and assists here and there as well.
Yep.
Obviously needs to do more of that, as everyone does. Ward-Prowse, Junior, I don't know if you know this.
He's so good.
Like, his XG in terms of getting goals and assists after the restart were really up there.
He's a quality player, man.
Free kicks. Yeah, I think he's gonna score every time I see him take a step up. I think he's gonna score.
His free kicks are, it's too much. Speechless. It's too good.
I think in terms of what they need, I think they sort out the defence and centre back position. But I think they're trying to.
You say that they bought in Mohamed Salisu.
Yes, they did. Yeah. For
10.9 million, so he's gonna show up the defence a little bit.
He's from Spain, wasn't it?
It was yeah. Vela,
I know your team.
The team beginning with V.
Apparently he's highly touted, and I was reading, watching a video about him, and apparently it's a good captain for Southampton.
It's a great fee as well. Yeah. Not too much.
Yeah,
not too expensive.
So it looks like he knows where the issues are. And he's trying to address it.
Yeah.
I think they need to do a bit more further forward, probably.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's all. Because look at the midfield. James Ward-Prowse. Okay, yeah, he's an attacking threat, but I don't know. He likes to spray the balls only. Again, I think Redmond's the only one that's gonna be willing to run at defence.
You need to break that line, don't you, between centre and midfield? Someone needs to break forward, kind of thing.
Exactly.
I think Southampton fans will probably be disappointed, but Adams had a great season for Birmingham before he suddenly hasn't really produced that. But hopefully, towards the end of the season, he scored a few goals. So maybe we'll see a bit more from him.
Let's see. Like now that he's got a year under his belt of Premier League football.
Yeah.
Second season might be a bit better for him.
It's interesting because Southampton, before previous managers, you had Pochettino, for example, they were pushing for Europe. It's interesting to see if they get to that position again. Do you think it's hard though because everyone keeps improving? They're playing catch up a bit here.
You got to look at that team as well that Pochettino had.
Yeah, there's some really good players in there, and Southampton have been really good at purchasing. Maybe more recently they haven't been, but it seems like the players they're buying, they seem to be like if you see who they're buying, you think, oh, that's a good signing actually. Yep. And they used to be so great, like Mane they had, remember? Van Dijk.
Lallana, Van Dijk.
Oh, that's so many good players. Players. They have a good scouting system that works there. So great season overall. Interested to see what they do this season, and I think because they got settled towards the end, I think they just need more of that. I don't think they need to. If you watch the Burnley video, we said that maybe they need a bit of a change, but I don't think Southampton do. I think they just need to settle for a little while.
Yeah.
Ralph's still fairly new.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, like, we'll talk about the very poor start to the season to finish 11th.
Yeah, it's really good.
They had 52 points, which was the highest tally in 4 years. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So.
He's done a really good job then.
Exactly. He. Sorry, I'm just looking at the stats. He had 9 games after the restart, 5 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss.
It's good.
Very good.
It's good.
And so the bad start, and then near at the end of 2019 into 2020, they were on a 5 unbeaten streak, and they won against Chelsea, Spurs, and Leicester.
Whoa.
So.
Do you know what?
They're capable, man.
Really, reading these stats, they're actually done way better than I thought in terms of
their
position. I think Southampton fans want to finish a bit higher, maybe, but in that realm. But they got some really fantastic
They have
results.
to invest though. I don't know what exactly.
Van Dijk money, etc.
Yeah, I don't know what players are available for them. I don't know how much money they have.
I think they have to do what's the defender's name they bought? Sorry,
Salisu.
I think they need to look at that market again in terms of
centre back.
No, not in the centre backs, but in terms of players that clubs are looking at them, but they're not sure about them. But Southampton will have to take the risk on some players and say, look, there's something there, and we take the risk on them because the players that are established, and we all know they're good. The bigger clubs are going for them, unfortunately, at the moment. They can't compete. So it's unfortunate. I think another great season for Southampton. Hopefully come. I think they should just build on what they did and don't do anything too crazy.
If they can take the form they had at the end of the season into the start of next season, it's good things. I'm sure they're not going to have a, losing 8
was 8-0?
No, it was 9-0.
Okay.
I'm saying I don't think they're going to lose 8 of their last 12 games next season as well. So, well, let's hope anyway.
Well, we'll see what they do next season, Julian. But I think that wraps up today's episode.
Yep.
Do all the usual stuff.
Do your usual stuff. Please like the video if you liked it. Please subscribe and click the notification bell because we're going to be uploading more videos very soon. But until next time, take care.
See ya.